Thank you for watching American History Notes. I'm going to discuss Cahokia and the Adena-Hopewell culture today, just a little bit. These are just rough notes on American history from my studies. Excuse me. And hope I can share them with you. So I'm going to start with another culture worth mentioning. I talked about the Anasazi. Now we're going to talk about another culture worth mentioning is the Adena-Hopewell culture of central and southern Ohio. The Adena part of this civilization lasted from about 500 to 100 BC. The Hopewell part of this culture lasted until 400 AD. These cultures are characterized by large mounds such as the Great Serpent Mound. The Mississippian culture flourished in the eastern part of the United States between 800 and 1500 and also built great mounds, engaged in trade all over North and Central America, and established a chiefdom type of society where a chief ruled along with higher ranking underlings, combining religious and political power into the hands of a few or one person. Cahokia was apparently the largest of all settlements dating to the Mississippian culture and flourished between 950 and 1250 AD. Cahokia's estimated size of 15,000 makes it roughly equal to the size of London at that time. It was the only thing north of the Rio Grande River which could be classified as a city, even though it lacked many of the elements that we're accustomed to in thinking of a city. Rather than providing goods and services that were traded to farmers for food, this city, according to archaeologists, was composed of farmers packed in tight who farmed the surrounding land. Near the city of St. Louis, Cahokia has given evidence of large mounds that were perhaps the center of some type of religious worship. In the book 1491, New Revelations of the Americas Before Columbus by Charles C. Mann, it is stated that from what evidence we have, the Hopewell culture hunted game almost to extinction, and Cahokia altered the landscape in such a way as to create its own demise by changing the course of rivers and deforesting the land, allowing for erosion and encouraging flooding. The myth that the original inhabitants of this country lived at one with nature and did not alter the landscape in any significant way is just that, a myth. Wherever human beings go, they alter the ecology and the geography to such an extent that catastrophe is just around the corner. In the woodlands of the eastern United States, the Indians altered the land by clear cutting and burning to encourage grazing, and by massive planting of fruit and nut trees, as well as land growing for growing maize, corn. Mann reports that a traveler in 1669 stated that 6 square miles of maize encircled a tightly packed group of Indian villages that he saw. The Eastern Indians transformed what would have been a giant game park in the eastern woodlands into a mix of farmland and orchards, thus creating a quote, new balance of nature. Early European visitors marveled at the abundance of fruit and nut trees. It is believed that Cahokia's end began with a great earthquake that leveled the largest mound there, Monk's Mound, in the beginning of the 13th century, which would have been in the early 1200s. Moving north and east, let's look at a news story regarding new archaeological findings in Ohio regarding Indians of the time period of what would be considered, well, Native Americans, the Middle Ages in Western European history, from this article from May 30th, 2006, ancient pottery operation found in Indiana. And it goes like this. An archaeological dig at southern Indiana's Angel Mounds complex has uncovered a pottery making operation that reveals the artistic skills of the Indians who lived there hundreds of years ago. So this is a massive pottery production that was being excavated. So we'll go on to further discussions about the Native American inhabitants of North America the next time. Thank you very much for watching.